Joining us to discuss Greece's troubles and what they mean for the euro is Charles Dumas. He is Director of International Research at Lombard Street Research. Good morning to you.
Morning.
Now, Jean-Claude Trichet has said that it's an absurd hypothesis, the idea that Greece might leave the Eurozone. Clearly you don't think it is quite that absurd.
No, it's not absurd at all. If I was in his position, I'd say it's absurd exactly because it's not. I mean, you know, when people protest a lot, then it usually means there's some problem.
Indeed. Can you explain to us, in a broad brush way, why is Greece in such a sort of demonstrably worse position than Ireland or Spain, or indeed is it?
Well, certainly not worse than Spain, no. The Greeks and Spanish have grown very fast on the back of artificially low interest rates given to them essentially by being in a union with Germany, France and Benelux. So they've grown too fast and now they're overexposed with huge deficits. In the Spanish case, the deficit is smaller, but on the other hand, the unemployment and stagnation is worse. The unemployment in Spain has gone from 8% to 19% in 2.5 years, which undoes about 12 years of progress. So it's a disaster.
So why is Germany so determined not to allow Greece to leave and indeed to kind of prop up the whole Eurozone with Greece in it?
Because they don't want to admit that they're wrong, and they're engaged in a essentially political move to create a union within Europe, a move which wrongly started on the economic foot, and the Germans were perfectly clear about this, that they should start with politics and end with economics, but they had their hand forced by France, and now we're in a position whereby this entirely artificial linkage of Greece, Spain, and to some extent Portugal and Italy to the core Euroland of France, Germany and Benelux is coming undone.
So in your opinion, this is clearly a mistake?
Oh, yeah, the whole thing was a blunder. Greece and Spain and Ireland were fattened up for 10 years by low interest rates and ultra-fast growth, and now they're oven-ready like Hansel and Gretel. And unlike Hansel and Gretel, there's no kind of magic exit.
But now, EU finance ministers are meeting today in Brussels. What will they say, or what can they say to make the situation better?
Oh, well, it's perfectly simple. What will have to happen is either something will have to be done to extricate Greece from the Union, or someone will have to put up some money. And my guess is 99% says the second of those. They'll put up some money to start with to try and paper over the cracks.
Can they keep going on like this? I mean, what is the time frame for this? Can they keep bailing Greece out, allowing them to stay in the Eurozone?
Well, I mean, it's very obvious. They're very determined. I mean, most of those countries along the northern Mediterranean littoral have been sort of ready to leave, essentially, for about 4 or 5 years. And for a couple of years, until 2007, there was a bit of growth, so that helps things along, and now the crisis is showing. But maybe they can buy time, I don't know. The longer it lasts, the more painful the ultimate exit will be.
And you think there will be an ultimate exit?
I have no doubt about that at all. These economies simply do not belong together, and everyone knows that.
Charles Dumas, thank you very much indeed.